You're locked in with the Innovators. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell. What's going on? You locked in with the Innovators YouTube. You already know I got the best interviews right here, man. You already know I got arguably one of the funniest guys to come out of the Bay Area, man. I got Lewis Belt, a.k.a. Sonnie Bo. Y'all know him. Y'all seen him. What's going on, man?
What's happening, man? I'm glad to be on here, man. You know what I'm talking about?
It's
I
been
like
long
everything
overdue.
you doing, man. You know what I'm saying? You the only few brothers that's doing this. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of niggas want to be interviewed.
Yeah.
But it's a real lane to interview people. So you know.
Facts. You're right. And the funny thing is, when I started it, it wasn't a lot of people that look like me doing it, but I'm starting to see more.
Yeah.
So it's a good feeling for sure.
Yeah, no, people watch you, even though if they don't say nothing, if they don't put a comment or acknowledge you, they see it though. Exactly. So that's all that matters. So
exactly.
I fuck with it.
Just to get into it, how's everything going for you today? How you doing?
I'm good. I've been working out lately, so I've been feeling a little better. You know what I'm talking about? Getting a little muscle on these hoes.
See you.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, man. Grown ass man with $1 million plan. You know what I'm saying? So I've been feeling good. Just glad to be back out working again. That motherfucking pandemic had a nigga fake mini depressed, nigga. So I'm like,
kind of crazy. And it's funny that you say that because what's that? I don't know what the comedy club is called in North Hollywood. Haha. Is it?
The Ha-Ha
okay,
Comedy
I
Club.
ride by that motherfucker because I live over there, and I always see I see your sign outside the whole time. And I was like, damn, they gotta let them niggas come back up in there.
Man, I was driving by that motherfucker too. Like, damn, I can't wait till they let us back in. But we back rolling. Me and Teddy Ray do our monthly show, the Young OG show, presented by my brand Do Too Much.
Yeah.
So we do that. We back doing that every month. And every Monday at the Hollywood Improv with me and D. Ray Davis. Yeah. I'm co-hosting it with him every Monday, so
that's tight.
I'm back working.
That's hella tight. Going back to the coronavirus, were you afraid of it? What was your opinion on it?
I don't know. At first, I didn't take that shit serious because, you know, it's like, nigga, pandemic, I didn't know what the fuck that meant.
Never seen it?
Yeah, I don't even know what that mean.
Yeah.
But I watched the movie and with the Purge and all that, so I'm like, feel me, stay in the house.
Yeah.
So I was at LA when they announced it, you feel me? So I'm like, man, hell no. But then, bruh, I was driving down the street the next day and whole Hollywood Boulevard was empty. I'd never seen LA empty. That shit scared the fuck out of me.
That shit was scary.
It was scary. So I'm like, hell no. I went up to the Bay. I'm like, I'm not finna be in LA. Nigga, where I drove my shit, nigga, I had toilet paper and shit. Mamas, I'm to mom shit. Like, I paid my rent from afar the whole pandemic. I didn't even stay in LA. I was just paying my rent and being up in the Bay.
Yeah, I feel that for sure. It was like, I still was doing interviews, but it was like low key, like, it wasn't like it is now where I'm able to run up more. But I did, like, I ain't gonna lie, I did some big ones during the pandemic.
Okay, for real, that's dope.
During the pandemic.
That's dope.
That shit was crazy.
Yeah, everybody was watching shit during the pandemic.
But it was like the way I saw it was like that was the time for me to catch up to like the bigger companies, because like all the big companies I feel like kind of stopped. Like all that were like through radio, the radio people that was doing interviews, radio was shut down. Yeah. YouTube was the lane. Like.
That's a fact, because my YouTube numbers went up because I dropped my comedy special, the Boogie Comedy Slam Rookie of the Year, and I dropped that during the pandemic. So when I dropped that, it was hella people watching it, and then my YouTube numbers went up hella high because I did the Steph Curry, I roasted him, and that shit hit like over 1 million views, like Facebook, all the shit. So I think it's almost at 1 million now on YouTube. But after that, all my numbers hella stand-up comedy, because I kind of feel like my stand-up comedy was kind of like getting overlooked on like online, like on YouTube. Yeah. But when the pandemic hit, all my stand-up comedy numbers just shot up like hundreds of thousands.
Everybody on the internet like, shit, we in the house all day.
They had time to sit and watch it, because you know my audience just wanted skit or whatever online. You feel me? So motherfuckers had time to watch my shit, and motherfuckers, I started noticing like they watch one and then the next video doing better. So I'm like, they're obviously liking it because they keep watching it.
Yeah. Do you feel like do you ever feel conflicted between the two, between the skits and the stand-up? Like, how do you decipher, like, cause it's like the skits is on Instagram, but the stand-up is like real comedy in front of a crowd. Like,
I don't know. I started doing stand-up comedy before I got on internet.
For real?
Yeah. So, I utilize it for what it is. Like, I know it's a marketing way to get people to come to my shows. Yeah. So I never I don't let it confuse me because I know what I'm doing the videos for. Yeah. And recently, like these past 2 years, I really slowed down on the videos because it's like, my goal was to get discovered. My goal wasn't to become like an internet sensation. Yeah. Like, so it's like after I got like over 100,000 followers, I'm like, I didn't really have no goal. Like, what the fuck, 200,000 followers, 300? Like, these internet niggas got millions of followers. Like, if you go to my page, I got 200,000 or 150. It ain't gonna really do nothing for my career as of right now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of like slowed down because I didn't want people to my public perception be like, oh, that's the nigga off Instagram. Yeah. You feel me? I like people to walk up on me and be like, oh, that's the comedian. He funny. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So once I slow down on my skits, my notoriety for my stand-up got more acknowledged because I kind of like, I think that was like kind of, it was a gift and a curse because it was helping me get people to discover me, but then they discover me for some shit I don't really want them to discover me for. Like,
it's funny. I never really realized that that was the case. I didn't. I remember first seeing you on the internet, and it was the Sonnie Bo shit, and I would be like, "Damn!" Like, I ain't gonna lie. I was thinking about it before I came here. I was like, "You was honestly you were the first nigga I ever seen doing like any type of Bay Area skit."
Oh, that's a fact.
Like, you started that way.
That's a fact.
You started that way.
Yeah, and I'm glad people like know that and embrace that because I didn't even know. I didn't really know that at the time, because I'm doing that with a strategic plan. Yeah. Like, you feel me? I'm like, okay, I'm based out of Bay Area. Let me do hella Bay Area skits so everybody in the Bay could come to my comedy show. Yeah. So I wasn't like thinking like I'm finna be the first content creator in the Bay. I didn't think like that. You feel me? Wow. Okay, but I am.
I swear, as the years kind of went by, I was like, it's no way that these niggas didn't see the Sonnie Bo clips and to think that like, okay, well, it's a lane for that. Like I would say this: everybody might have wanted to do what you did at that time, but it's like, to do it, you gotta really put it to fruition. Yeah. Niggas wasn't doing that. You was doing it.
Yeah.
Niggas, if anything, you made niggas believe that it was possible and that it's a lane for that, for sure.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate you telling me that because I didn't even know that. But then, like, even the new content creators, like me showing them love, like they really they be hella thankful. Like, man, I appreciate you fucking with me. Like I'm the big bruh. You feel me? So it's like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I wasn't doing it with that thought. Like, oh, I'm finna be the first content creator. I never considered myself as a content creator.
For real?
Nuh-uh. I'm a comedian. Yeah. So I was looking at it like, okay, these is my commercials for my comedy shows.
Which is hella smart. I ain't gonna lie. That was kind of similar to the plan when I started to like do the interviews. I was like, well, I don't really know any rappers in LA or around here. I'm gonna just fuck with the niggas I know in the Bay that's popping. Cause if I get popping Bay rappers, I'm gonna at least get a little buzz in the Bay.
For sure.
And then that just kind of rolled. Start posting clips. Start doing the YouTube. And that's what I know. I got hella fans in the Bay. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, you always gotta start home to to branch out. You know what I'm saying? A lot of motherfuckers be trying to just try to skip stages and shit. Yeah. And that's why it's important for me to talk about these type of things, because I kind of feel like a lot of people that don't know or didn't know my strategic plan and don't know what I'm doing now kind of don't really get what I'm doing. Yeah. So it's kind of like, even with when I'm doing it in the Bay Area right now, I'm bringing comedy to Oakland. So it's like, you know how I'm doing the Monday show with D-Ray at the Improv every Monday. Yeah. Once a month I do it North Hollywood with me and Teddy Ray. But in the Bay, since I moved, well, I ain't just leave out that motherfucker, but like since I got a bigger reach and audience and I'm not local, I go to different states and I perform so much other places that I notice when I'm not performing in Oakland, it ain't no comedy going on in Oakland. Yeah. And it's kind of like, I don't want that to die. And it's a lot of social media influencers kind of trying to, I wouldn't say follow my blueprint, but to a certain extent, following the blueprint, but they forgetting the part about performing in real life and what's the purpose of why you doing what you're doing. So that's why I'm creating a weekly show in Oakland at Rob Ben's with me and Marshawn. Marshawn got a restaurant he owned in North Oakland at Rob Ben's. It's called Rob Ben's, and I'm doing Do Too Much comedy shit.
Yeah. What made you want to do that?
Because I kind of feel like, for one, Oakland don't have a comedy club, and that bothers me.
Why? They've had comedy clubs in the past, am I right? Or they never really had any?
They never had a comedy club. Crazy. They had a comedy scene like in the 80s, 90s type shit. It was called the End Zone in East Oakland. Yeah. And that was way before my time. A lot of people in our generation don't know nothing about that shit. Like that shit our parents went to. Yeah. And that's how like Mark Curry and Lunell and a lot of people popped from.
That's like the Marcus King era?
Like Marcus King and all them. That's how they found talent. Yeah. Nowadays, it ain't no way you could find talent in Oakland. Yeah. So that's why I'm just not for like Tommy T's or no comedy show. Yeah. I'm not on that. It's like, no, we need to have a urban market for black people. We need to have a place where you can go to Pleasanton and perform in front of white people. Yeah. San Francisco, you know. Yeah. So I feel like that's just a way for me to stay in the loop and bring upcoming comedians and them get to know my journey and work them up. I don't want the whole fucking generation to be internet content creators. Yeah. Like,
do you feel that the stand-up comedians not take like the niggas who just do skits as serious? Would you say that?
At first it was. Yeah. At first it was, but you got a lot of people that's coming from the internet that's becoming good comedians, like DC Young Fly, Country Wayne. Yeah. You got a lot of people that's I wouldn't say a lot. It's only a few. Yeah. It's only a few that graduated out of the internet and became real comedians. Yeah. But they're helping that like you can't come off the internet and become a comedian. Because before they was performing in real life, nobody took none of them serious. Yeah. You feel me? Like even myself, I was a stand-up comedian when my peers was internet. Like we all the same age, but I didn't start off the internet, so I was looking at them like how the OGs was looking at them.
Yeah, like y'all niggas like.
Yeah, y'all niggas not comedians. Yeah. So until I be seeing people perform, then that's why I respect. I ain't gonna respect the comedian until I see him as a comedian. I don't give a fuck what you do on the internet.
Because I would say doing stand up. I ain't never did no stand up comedy, but I know it's not easy at all to get up there. How to control the crowd, how to be funny, how to remember what the fuck you talking about. Like that shit give me anxiety even thinking about it.
Nah, that shit really hard, bro.
I know it is.
That shit is hella hard. And that's why people gotta know like how to learn to be a comedian. Like being a comedian, it's like it's not because you famous. Cause you known for funny don't mean you're a comedian. Yeah. You gotta learn how to be one. Yeah. So that's another thing why I'm doing the show every Friday at Rob Ben's and doing that because that's a place for if you is coming off the internet or you want to try comedy, let me go up to Rob Ben's and fuck with Lewis and practice. Cause I'm up there practicing. Yeah. You feel me? Like, you know, I perform at the Paramount Theater, all the shit. Nigga, I don't practice in front of 3,000 people. Yeah. I practice in front of 15, 20, 50. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's the part that I feel like the Bay Area don't see that LA get because it is a comedy scene. Yeah. You know.
How does someone learn how to be a comedian?
Drop they nuts. First, you gotta have courage. You gotta have some type of heart. You gotta be fearless. So the first step about learning how to be a comedian is to get on stage. Yeah. People overthink it. People try to write jokes. People try to think about what I'm gonna say. Man, you can write jokes. You can say what you gonna say. Yeah. You get on stage, you'll fuck around, forget everything you said you thought you was
write jokes before you go on stage?
Yeah. Yeah. I do a lot of improv. I do a lot of crowd work. Yeah. But I have material that I'm in the process of making new material. My special came out, so that's 25 minutes of material that I'm not gonna use like that no more. So now I'm starting from ground,
working on new shit.
New shit, and it's hella hard. Yeah. So it's like, you know, you might see me at Rob Ben's on a Friday, be like, that nigga wasn't just hella funny. Nigga, I'm practicing. Nigga, that's why I'm working on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right though. I feel like people aren't really realizing those steps that take to becoming a good stand-up comedian, because the shit all they see is when they see like quick shit on the internet, they're not thinking like, oh, okay, they didn't put no time to that. When you go do stand-up for hella people, you for sure got to put your time into it for sure.
Yeah, yeah. And that pandemic had me like rusty, because you know we in California, so I wasn't working for a year. My special's out, so it looked like I'm yanking. Nigga, I'm at the house. Yeah. You feel me? So it's like that been shot in 2019. So I came out and shit. I'm like, I forgot. I was doing so many shows before the pandemic. I forgot like I was good because I was going up so much too. Yeah. You feel me? I came out, I'm like, boy, my jokes ain't hitting like that right now because I wasn't comfortable. Yeah. So this shit is hard. It really about work, you know, consistently. Yeah. Mama.
Has there been a moment for you where you went on stage and just like bombed? Mm-hmm. Where at?
Greensboro, for real? North Carolina.
What happened?
Right after the pandemic. So I wasn't performing. So I haven't performed, like I told you, like I think I didn't perform in front of people for like a year. The pandemic was like a year. So what I was doing during the pandemic, I was performing like in front of my family and friends, probably like 5 to 10 people, and live streaming it in Oakland. Yeah. So I'm just live streaming. People watching me from everywhere else, but I'm only performing in front of my partners.
You live streaming on YouTube?
It was Vimeo.
Okay.
Venmo. So people, like, you'll buy a ticket and then you got access to that link and you can watch me perform. Yeah. So I was doing that, but I wasn't performing in front of people. Yeah. So literally my first show, I damn near want to say one of my first shows out of the pandemic was in Greensboro in North Carolina with me, Mike Epps, Desi Banks, Country Wayne, right?
Oh, shit.
In an arena.
Yeah, full. You know.
So I'm in an arena, and you got to think about it, they in the South. Yeah. So you got to think about it, everybody else been performing. It's normal. Niggas ain't got masks. It ain't no. So they open. Yeah. I'm coming out talking about me being in the house. Yeah. These niggas been outside. What this nigga talking about? Yeah. Then my confidence not there because, nigga, it kind of felt like I'm getting out of prison. Yeah. Because it was a shock value for me going in front of, you know, a few people to going in front of thousands.
Yeah, you like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, but I wasn't nervous. Yeah. So I realized I'm like, I wasn't nervous because most time I perform my best when I am nervous. Yeah. Because I always think about like, I work too hard to fuck up tonight. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Versus that show, I wasn't nervous, and I didn't notice that until after I performed. Yeah. And like a bomb for me is not getting hella laughs. Yeah. Like it was weird because I was trying to be funny. Yeah. I wasn't doing what I do because I wasn't doing it. Yeah. So I'm like, it was weird that I don't really experience that too often, but it happened recently that I'm like, I for sure bomb. Like, it was on some shit like, oh shit, that's how I feel the bomb. Yeah. You feel me? So me knowing me not being used to bombing, I got off fast. Yeah. I did about 10 minutes. I was supposed to do like 15. Yeah. Telling my jokes, niggas just, I'm like, ooh. Yeah. You feel me? I'm like, I'm not going crazy. I'm like, my name Lewis Bell, I'm gone. Yeah. Bro, I swear I got off I left Greensboro. Bro, I swear I've been performing probably like twice a week since that performance, bro, and I feel great. Yeah. Like now I want to go back.
It's crazy to hear you talk about that and that story, but I feel like you took the moment and you didn't let it break you. You just like, all right, fuck it. I just might have to get out there and do it a little bit more, like learning from the situation.
I held myself accountable because it wasn't like the show was hard. It wasn't the crowd. It wasn't nothing. It was me. Yeah. You feel me? And so it's like, you know, I feel like that's the difference between stand up and probably videos and shit like that. You know, like people be like, why you don't be doing hella skits like that? Like I do it like for promotion. Like if I'm promoting the show or like promoting anything, my weed strand, some shit like that. But like, just to be doing that shit, I don't got the energy to be doing that shit no more. Yeah. You know,
you were really the original. Like, yeah. I swear to God, going back, I was looking at the SOB skits, the Mr. Fab skits. Like, you've been doing this shit for hella long. I didn't know that you was doing stand-up before any of that, but I feel like that was hella smart to do that, because of course it just brought all the attention to you.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, okay, this nigga hella funny. Now niggas like, all right, I'm about to go to Brett's show. Like,
yeah,
that was hella smart.
Yeah, so now it's just moving the next step. I know, like, I personally don't feel like I got another run of that.
Yeah.
Now, when I'm saying another run in that is meaning, like, I don't think skits is gonna take me where I'm headed and where I want to be.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I don't think I'm not gonna keep really doing that shit too much like that.
Nah, I feel you for sure. I feel like, I mean, with anything, like, you get what you want to get out of it, like, and you did. Think about, when I'm talking to you, you did shit with a purpose, you feel me? And which I can respect that. Like, you knew what you're trying to get out of it. It wasn't like, I'm gonna just keep running up skits and we're gonna see what happens.
Yeah, and I don't get that part of this era. Yeah. But at the same time, to that point, when I was doing that type of shit, I wasn't getting no money for no skits. I was getting money for shows. Yeah. I wasn't getting money for skits. Nowadays, these new niggas is able to monetize their shit, put it on YouTube, get money without performing. Yeah. So it's kind of like, I get it why they inspired to do it so much, because it is a lane now.
For sure. Some niggas take them little mini skits on Instagram, put them on YouTube, and they do 1 million, and then they hit, and it's like, oh shit, that's damn near 5 bands off.
Yeah.
But I can see why you were saying, but see, I don't really consider, you can be funny on the internet for skits, but I wouldn't say that makes you like a comedian. Because if you can't go in front of the crowd and get them niggas to laugh, then I'm like, because you can be as funny as hell as you want when it's just you and your homie filming, but like, if you can't go rock the crowd, like, that's like real comedy, like you feel me, like the real old school shit that niggas grew to love. But I love comedy shows. Like, so it's like, I'm like, I know if a nigga really could be funny on that level, like.
Yeah, and I just don't want it to die. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, like, what I'm doing, it's crazy because out here in LA, it's so many comedians that it's kind of like the lineup can get overstacked. Like, we be had to cut comedians, like, bro, I can't get you up this week, or, you know what I'm saying? But like in the Bay, it's crazy because it's like it ain't hella comedians. Yeah. So it's like I did a show last week, presenting the show. I'm telling all the comedians could pull up, perform. Bro, it was only 2 comedians pulled up. Yeah. Skinny Buff and Lady Rock. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm like, man, so everybody just gonna be on the internet? Yeah. Like, this whole Northern California just gonna be on the internet, and ain't gonna be no real life people? Yeah. Like, and I'm not knocking it, because I like what the internet, like the content creators is doing. Yeah. Like, I love, it's a few people, MK, Time, Kobe, all of them. They hella funny. Yeah. You feel me? But it's like, damn, like, is it anybody want to perform though? Yeah. Feel me? Because it's like,
yeah. Now I get what you're saying. Some of them I don't really. I can see some of them they're trying to hit the YouTube game. They're not trying to be like stand up.
But they getting money though. Yeah, so money. I get it. I'm like, go crazy. Like that's why it ain't even like no like it ain't like no like they supportive. They hella supportive of me. Like, they support my comedy shows. They just like, shit, I'm cool. Yeah. It's like, damn, bro. Like, I'm like, is there any comedians in Northern California? If you are a comedian, pull up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, man.
Niggas might be hesitant to do that shit because that is a lot. It is a lot to get up there.
Yeah, it's like being a boxer or some shit, huh?
For sure. Like,
but this nigga, I know boxers. No, it's probably hard to find niggas to box, right?
Nah, shit, now I have to check, right?
Yeah.
I was looking at some old Mike Tyson shit the other day, and I was like, damn, these niggas really just went in there and get knocked in the first round?
Yeah.
And my boy was like, shit, that payout. Niggas go in there and fall out. Niggas are going there and act like they got knocked out just to collect that check. Damn. Comedy with this new era, if you famous as fuck on the internet and you go to fucking wherever and perform and you suck, niggas gonna be like, it's over. Like,
yeah.
I always feel like it's over. Like,
one thing I have noticed though throughout these years is that they come back to stand up though. They well not even come back. They come to it like King Batch. He one of the richest motherfuckers. Like he's the first person to go crazy on the internet. And King Batch is out here practicing, performing. Like I'm seeing him. He going up. He really practicing. He got checked. Yeah. But he still is performing because, bruh, who don't want to? Bro, you know how much money Kevin Hart and them niggas really make? I think people sleep on how much money comedians make. Yeah. Like. I don't want to exaggerate. I don't want to say no crazy shit, but Kevin Hart making like Drake money, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
You feel me?
All type of money.
Like $1 million a show.
Yeah, endorsements, like.
So I'm like, all right, I just see, okay, everybody get money, but nigga, nobody's too good to make $1 million in one night. Yeah. That's what Kevin Hart and Dave Chappelle and them doing, bro. You feel me? So it's like, I just want to, that's why I want to like, don't wait till you get 1 million followers to realize, damn, I might have to be a comedian. Yeah. You feel me? Like, fuck with it now. You know what I'm saying? And then you could be a raw ass comedian by the time you hella famous.
Yeah. And you can do skits and do stand up if you want to.
Yeah. That's what I do. Yeah. Like, I'm not saying I'm gonna stop doing skits. Yeah. I'm just not gonna do it at the nigga because Desi Banks dropped a skit don't mean I'm finna drop a skit today. I'm laughing like you niggas laughing. I'm like, I did that shit hella long ago. Like not saying like I'm better than that. Hell no, I just think it's niggas that do skits better than me now. Yeah. I was doing it when it was kind of more simple. Yeah. You feel me? Now these like niggas got all type of shit. Niggas is Country Wayne. You see Country Wayne?
Churches.
Bruh, niggas getting churches and you see what I'm saying?
My mom is like a real, she watch Country Wayne every video he posts. She like, I don't know how he got the church. I'm like, he rented that fucking church.
Yeah.
He got the money to rent it.
Yeah.
It's getting, you're right though. The skits now are getting more like detailed and niggas is renting jail cells and all type of shit.
Niggas got crews.
Yeah.
Nigga, I created Sonnie Bo because niggas wasn't doing skits.
Yeah.
So I'm like, shit, let me do me, put a character like Martin and niggas did. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, the skit game is on a whole nother level. Yeah. And it's like, bruh, I'm not saying I give up, but it's like, bruh, I'm not
You're not gonna put that much energy into the skit.
And I salute to Country Wayne. Like, that nigga doing his thing. He run up in Desi Banks. Feel me? I love what they doing. That's why I'm like, man, I should have did it then. Yeah. Cause Desi been doing skits for a minute. Yeah. He been doing them. Country Wayne, he's new to the skit little game. He was doing like rants. Yeah. He was talking. He was grabbing his phone and just talking. Yeah. Now he's doing skits. So it's probably he probably got the energy to do that shit because he like, oh, this shit dope. Yeah. I'm like,
he doing it. He dropping. He got like hella series and I'm like,
bro, he's making movies, bro, every day. Yeah. Like, damn.
That's a lot too. Though. I ain't gonna lie.
That's a lot.
When you making the bread, I feel like it kind of balances out. But like, I'm thinking like, man, when I was seeing what he was doing, I was like, he has to be filming a lot this day, a lot that day. Like, I wouldn't want to film every day. I wouldn't want to even do interviews every day.
Yeah, and that's why I respect their hustle because it's like they really consistent on it. And Country Wayne, I did the show. He was on the show Greensboro. He was like, man, keep creating that content, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what? You making that? Yeah. I'm like, damn.
I see me pulling out the money in the videos. I'm like, this nigga making cheese.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm finna perform, bro.
Do you feel like comedy is taken more serious in the South than it is in Cali or on the West Coast? Do you feel like that?
I wouldn't say more serious. I think the comedy game in the South is it's a lot of black people out there, you know what I'm saying? So, it's more, a lot of them come together. And then it's a comedy circuit out there, you know what I'm saying? You got all the cities, the Carolinas, the Atlantas, Houston, all that shit. You can do that whole run and go to comedy clubs versus the West Coast. You really only doing the Bay and LA. Yeah. San Diego, but you gotta understand. It sound like it ain't a lot. Like it don't sound like it's a lot of places, right? Yeah. But what I peep from traveling, doing shows in other states is, bruh, we covering a lot of ground on the West Coast. Yeah. You gotta think about it. If I got fans in motherfucking the Bay Area, I got fans in LA, San Diego, and all these other places on the West Coast. You gotta think about it. The Bay to damn near San Diego was what, like 7-hour drive? Yeah. So if I was in the South and I'm based out of fucking Memphis, what's a 7-hour drive?
That's like a hella.
You doing a whole tour, yeah. Nigga. You going from Carolina to Texas to Florida, so it look like, damn, they going crazy out there, and they is.
It's hella close,
but it's closer. Right. So the ground I'm covering states. Yeah. Oh, in one state. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? California hella big, yeah. So you know that's what I noticed in comedy. Bay Area don't have a big comedy scene. Yeah. It has a lot of comedians that's white. Yeah. You go to San Francisco, it's hella comedians. Nobody in our world in the Bay Area, yeah. The East Bay, yeah. Ain't gonna know them. Yeah. You feel me? You performing in front of hella tourists, motherfuckers from Italy, all type of shit in San Francisco. Yeah. So it's like a lot of people don't. It ain't no comedy circuit in the Bay. So people look at the West Coast and comedy as LA. Yeah. That's why it's important that I'm out here. Yeah. Because it's like motherfuckers was overlooking my movement. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because they flying right over the Bay.
Right. Talk about the difference between, like, okay, there's a black comedy scene and there's a white comedy scene, and there's just, I guess, white people that like black comedy. Mm-hmm. Is that, and would you say that's what it is? Like the white comedy and black comedy mix? Because like a white comedian can get on stage and it can be like, nigga, we not trying to hear what you talking about. Yeah. It can be like that. I've been like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's the comedy scene hella segregated. You know, so it's like a lot of the white comedians don't do the black rooms. A lot of the black comedians don't do the white rooms. But at the end of the day, in California, it's so diverse. At the end of the day, you damn near can't say you go make it out the West Coast and not perform in front of white people. Yeah. See what I'm saying? You could do that shit in the South. Yeah. Feel me? Because you going to hit all the markets. Yeah. Feel me? But, nigga, it's going to be white people in LA. Yeah. It's going to be white people in the Bay. Yeah. So you got to adapt. Yeah. But, so, I kind of feel like the white comedians don't have to come and fuck with us. Yeah. But we got to go over there and do their rooms. Yeah. You know, because shit, that's how it is. Yeah. It's like shit. The comedy clubs is like the record labels and all that shit. And if it's music, nigga, the comedy clubs is the motherfucking system. Yeah. So we got to go into a system, yeah. You know, to a certain extent. So, yeah.
When did you move to LA?
I moved to LA when I was 20, 21. So, yeah, I'm 27. So, it's been like 6-7 years. Age. Yeah.
When you turn 28?
Next year.
Oh, I'm older than you. Right.
Yeah. May 9th, that's my birthday.
My birthday is the 6th, tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, your shit tomorrow? Oh, happy birthday, man. Goddamn me. Yeah.
But, when you moved to LA, like, were you kind of knowing what you was going to do, and you kind of knew, like, all right, this is the time for me to move to LA to kind of take it, because you, like, the Bay don't really have a scene like that. Like, was that a big move for you, or you kind of knew when you came out here, like, all right, I kind of have a plan and shit is figured out what I want to do?
Yeah, I had a plan, because I was, before I just moved, I was going back and forth. I was getting rental, hotel, all the shit, and just driving every 2 weeks. So I was driving from the Bay to LA every 2 weeks. And I was peeping like, damn, like first time I went to LA and drove down here and shit, I seen hella famous comedians. It was crazy. Like I seen Corey Holcomb, Deion Cole. Like I met all them guys. Red Grant, like the first time I came out, so I'm like, damn, this where all the comedians at. You feel me? Like, then this shit real. So once I did that, I seen everybody, I came back, you know what I'm saying? So I was going back and forth, start performing in LA and all the shit. And I'm like, damn, it was an eye opener, because I'm like, it's hella comedians. You gotta think about it. At this time, I was just so Bay Area yanking to the point where I'm thinking I'm just a nig. Yeah. Like, you know, the Bay Area clout is a drug. Yeah. I tell everybody that shit, bro. Like, for sure. The Bay Area make you feel like you bigger than what you is. Yeah. You feel me? Because it's like you going from... It's a bubble. So you going from...
In that bubble, you
know what I'm saying? You going everywhere, nigga. You can go to San Francisco, San Jose, Vallejo, Antioch, Oakland. Everybody know you. Yeah. And then you go fucking to LA. Nobody knew me. Yeah. You feel me? So I'm like... It humbled me. Yeah. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta step it up, nigga, cause nigga, I walked in on my horse. Yeah. Nobody knew me. Yeah. So I'm like, damn. But then I'm seeing hella people that I knew. Yeah. So I'm like, damn, I need to come back. I need to elevate. I need to step it up.
That's funny that you said that. I be telling that to rap. I be telling that to all California rappers. I be like, you can be the nigga in the state and go to Atlanta and niggas might not know you.
Yeah.
That's a whole different feeling.
New York did it to me when I was like 22. I'm thinking Sonnie Bo yanking me, Sonnie Bo. I'm thinking people know this shit. Yeah. I went to New York on my mama, nigga. Nobody knew me. I brought my dread wig and hella shit with me. Yeah. Like, I brought Sonnie Bo with me, all the shit. Like, nigga, I'm telling you, I thought one person was gonna be like, hey, bro, you Sonnie Bo. Yeah. Nigga, nobody knew me.
That's crazy.
And it was like, it's like 2015, so I'm like, damn. So that's what made me start slowing down on the Sonnie Bo shit, because I'm like, Sonnie Bo was stunned my growth at a point, you know, because I'm like, they fucking with it in the state, like in California, you feel me? But when I start touching them other states, them niggas didn't know, it's motherfuckers. A motherfucker told me they thought the Bay Area was in LA. It was just like, they thought it was like Compton, Watts, Inglewood, and they thought Bay Area was one of the parts in LA.
That's crazy.
Like, I know that's ignorant, but I'm saying that for example that a lot of people don't even really know about the Bay Area like that. Yeah. You could tell a motherfucker you from Oakland, they don't even know where you from. Yeah. But you got to say San Francisco. So you go, further you go, you start realizing, niggas know San Francisco. Yeah. Black people know Oakland. Yeah. The masses, they gonna be like, you know, so I'm like, well, damn, if you don't know Oakland, you damn sure don't know me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, who your favorite, you know any rappers from the Bay? Yeah. Nigga only tell you, E40 and Too Short. Yeah. So it's like, damn, you don't know. You gotta think about, I'm around all the rappers at this time. 2015? Yeah. So I'm like, yo, you don't know? Nah. Well, damn, that's what I was using that card for you to know me. Yeah, I do skits with this person. I do skits with this person. And they don't even know the person I'm trying to name drop. Like, I'm like, oh, I got it. We got to step it up.
Yeah, that happens a lot for sure.
Yeah. Don't.
Niggas will be asking me like, oh, I'm like, you know Bay rappers? They'll be like, nah, E40.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm like, damn, we got a whole wave. But it just always keeps my mind open, because there was a point in time when I started out, the niggas would be like, man, you only interview Bay niggas. And I'm like, damn, bro, like to the Bay, I'm doing my thing, and I'm like, I'm just using what I know. I never said that I wanted to be the biggest Bay Area interviewer, only interviewing Bay niggas. I'm just doing what I have access to. But I started realizing, like, fuck, hold on, I need to branch out and like go network with some niggas and make it bigger than what it is. But I was just like, at the same time, I don't try to, when I hear that now, I'm like, oh, you interview hella Bay niggas? It's like, bro, like, fuck with your region. Like, you really put your region on. Yeah. But be bigger than your region, though. Like, don't just do with the Bay niggas and then not want to interview LA niggas or not want to interview niggas from the South. It's like, keep interviewing them, but also go over there, too.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is.
Yeah, because people go fuck with you for, like, you know, your resume, so you can build a resume back home. But your resume is supposed to let you be able to go other places with the resume. Yeah. It's hard to move around anywhere if you're not nobody where you from. Yeah. You feel me? Because nigga, like, what's the point of you fucking with? People fuck with the Bay. If you go other places, they be like, you know, people that know, they be like, man.
If they
know, they fuck with it heavy.
They like, oh, yeah, I'll pull it up.
Yeah.
Oh, you fuck with these? Oh, yeah, I'm there.
Yeah.
And that's how it is now. And it's a good feeling, but it's still like, I still be feeling like, damn, all right, now I need to get into the South. Because like you said, I ain't gonna lie, my interviews are more on some nigga shit. I know the niggas in the South, they love people who talking like I'm talking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, I gotta hit that region too. But it's like, we from California. We don't, our families moved from the South,
mm-hmm.
but it's like we don't be knowing hella niggas in the South like that. You really gotta go there.
You gotta tap in,
and that's really what it is. You feel me? You gotta go lay the tracks for that shit.
Yeah. And you gotta humble yourself. A lot of people where we from don't like to. I wouldn't even just say where we from. When you just from a place and you get some type of name, you kind of get used to being a nigga.
Yeah.
So you don't like going to other places where you're not the nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what stunt people growth. Sometimes it's okay to not be the nigga because you not being that nigga in this market for 3 months. Now next year they familiar with you, and then now you could put niggas on. Yeah. Like, you know, I move around New York now. I move around Atlanta. I do certain shit. Like, I did 85 South show. Motherfuckers like congratulate me and shit. Yeah. But I've been on the 85 South show 5 years ago. Yeah. I did it 5 years ago, but people just didn't know what the 85 South show was in the Bay. Exactly. I was telling niggas, Carlos Miller, but who the fuck is that? Yeah. Now the Bay get it now. So now when I go back, that's dope. You know, that's what I was doing 5 years in Atlanta. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
In Atlanta doing all the moves and shit, niggas wasn't, and that's how it be though too though. Like, and that's why I say people, like what you said, one, humble yourself is cool, but niggas gotta go bust their moves. Some niggas be afraid to leave the Bay. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. You afraid to leave because you afraid to not be the nigga.
And that's one of the things I feel like that's helped me out in LA. Mm-hmm. I don't care. I don't really give a fuck who know me, who don't. That shit not important to me at all.
Yeah. But at the same time, you do interviews and you behind the scenes, so you don't really feel, you don't have to really feel like how the artist really feel. Yeah. You gotta think about it. When I'm in the Bay, I could go damn near anywhere, damn near. I can get in any club, any restaurant, motherfuckers give me shit for free. Yeah. You start feeling that. So then it's kind of like you get used to it, and then you go somewhere else and you gotta pay. Like, and you know what I'm saying, all the shit. And motherfuckers be like, well, nigga, I'm used to not paying. But you ain't the nigga out here.
They don't know. Like,
sometimes you might have to hear to show that, nah, I'm the nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, we good. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and a lot of people, that shit destroy them. Like, when I went to New York in 2015, if people didn't know me, that shit motivated me. Like, fuck. Like, that's what really slowed me down with the Sonnie Bo movement, all that shit. Because I'm like, bruh, like, I dropped Tiptoe in 2015. Yeah. Like, nigga, Sonnie Bo going dumb, giddy up hella shit. You feel me? Yeah. I'm like, but it humbled me, so I'm like, I'm going back. I got to go back the right way. So I stopped. I didn't stop. I slowed down. No, I did stop. I put Sonnie Bo in jail for like a year. Yeah. And people that really follow me and shit, they will remember, like, when I put him in jail. So, like, I made it like Sonnie Bo was in jail. That's why I stopped doing Sonnie Bo, because this nigga in jail. Yeah. And I started doing, like, hella Lewis Belt shit. Lewis Belt, because I thought Sonnie Bo was going to put Lewis Belt on. Yeah. I thought, I'm going to do hella skits and shit, and then perform stand-up comedy. Yeah. So I thought Sonnie Bo was going to, like, you know. Yeah. I'm like, I got to do reverse. Lewis Belt got to put Sonnie Bo on. Yeah. So I put him up, start doing hella Lewis Belt shit, Lewis Belt. And then that's how I got on the show RE1 on MTV. Because one of the producers from RE1 was like, Lewis, I like what you're doing and this, and reached out. They didn't even know who Sonnie Bo was because he was gone for a year. So when the producers reached out to me, they didn't even know none of this shit. They just knew me. Yeah. So it's like, when I got on the shit, they like, congratulations, good shit. Yeah. Why Sonnie Bo ain't on the thing? Yeah. If I was doing that shit, I wouldn't have been on the show. Yeah. Cause that's some bass shit. Yeah. This show was filmed in Hawaii. It's motherfuckers from Ghana and Africa. And it was people from all different countries on that show. Yeah. I'm the only nigga. I was the only nigga from California on the show. Fuck the Bay. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it made me realize, like, damn, I'm so bayed out, I was stunning my own growth. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? To the point when I went back to New York, that now people, hey, Lewis, I'm the guy from MTV. I'm not no Bay nigga. Yeah. So I'm like, wow, this is the part we don't get taught.
And I was going to ask you that. I was also thinking about that before you came. I was thinking, did you feel that Sonnie Bo would stunt your growth in a way because it was so Bay Area and that's such our niche? Like, Like, it's because like everybody won't understand Sonnie Bo.
Yeah.
But if it's a Bay nigga like me, they love Sonnie Bo.
Yeah.
But like a nigga from, like you said, New York, it might not click the same.
Bro, motherfuckers, it tripped me out because I grew up, my whole life in the Bay. So I'm thinking, that's all I know. Yeah. So I didn't think that people wouldn't understand Sonnie Bo. Yeah. You feel me? But motherfuckers was, like, people saying shit like what's the guy with the dreads? Like, is he trying to be like old dog from Menace to Society?
Like, what?
Shit like that.
Like, they just don't know shit.
I'm like, damn, they don't know. So it's like, I had to realize how to work Sonnie Bo. Yeah. That's why I make music at Sonnie Bo. That's why I do certain things, because I was getting to the point I was gonna let Sonnie Bo die. Yeah. I was gonna be like, bro, I'm damn near done with this shit, bro. Yeah. You feel me? But I'm like, nah, Sonnie Bo the culture. Yeah. Sonnie Bo is like more than a character. He like culture, you know what I'm saying? It's like Sonnie Bo get love that I never get. Yeah. Like I get love like a motherfucker, but Sonnie Bo touch certain people that don't give a fuck about comedy at all and never will. Yeah. And they love that nigga. Yeah. And I love that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm like, Sonnie Bo's for the streets. Like, for the hood, nigga, I gotta keep doing it. You feel me? Like, the love, bruh. You feel me? I already know. My mama's nigga.
Everybody that had a nigga that was like Sonnie Bo in their life.
Yeah.
So it's like near and dear to the heart. You feel me? Yeah. That's why when I first seen it, I was like, bruh, this shit is the best shit I've ever seen.
I didn't know it was that.
It was literally the best shit on the internet. Like, I be sitting to my niggas like, bruh, have y'all seen this nigga? Like,
yeah.
This shit is crazy. Like, nobody was doing it. But at the same time, like, Bay niggas are naturally on some funny shit, but it's like, we just know, like, we from the Bay, you know, like, the way Bay niggas act, this shit be hella funny.
Bro, Bay niggas is so funny, bro. I feel like Bay Area niggas is so funny, and everybody be serious. It's not nothing to embrace to be funny out there. Cause it's like, even me, like, people told me my whole life, bro, you should be a comedian. Yeah. Nigga, I took that as disrespect. Like, nigga, stop playing with me, nigga. Yeah. Like, you feel me? Like, you take me as a joke, like, yo, you fucked up.
I'm a joke?
Yeah, cause comedian ain't a person you think that's the fly nigga, the nigga that's getting money. You think of it, when you hear comedian in the Bay, like, nigga, I ain't no motherfucking joke. Yeah. Cause we don't see successful comedians. Yeah. So that's why I'm like, the Bay got so much talent when it comes to comedy. We just don't embrace it because of the mentality. Yeah. Nigga, if you ain't pimping, you ain't rapping, you can't be the nigga. Yeah. You feel me? That's why I always try to make sure, like, outside of my stand-up comedy or my skits, I always want to show people the other side of me as a man and as just a nigga that, bro, I ain't no goofy ass nigga neither. You could do it. Like, you can be a comedian, fuck bitches, nigga. You can be a comedian. You know what I'm saying? And not get bullied and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't got to be a nerd to be a comedian.
Yeah. What was it that made you want to be a comedian, though?
Nigga, shit, running out of shit to do. Yeah. I had nothing to lose.
You had, like, normal jobs back in the day?
Yeah, I worked in Cochran Mall. I worked at H&M for, like, 6 months. I worked at this female store, Agassi. It was called Agassi, and I sold shoes there.
For real?
I fucked with that job. That shit was cool because I was knocking hella bitches. Yeah. A lot of females knew me from there too. Yeah. Like, cause all the little strippers and shit used to be buying heels and shit.
Yeah, so he was like, all right, perfect.
Yeah, it just, I couldn't get with the job shit because my personality. Yeah. My personality don't fit a job. Not my hustle, not my work ethic. I always showed up to work and shit, but it was just like, my personality was too bright. Like, nigga, I'm at work acting like me. Yeah. You know, so imagine me, like, Lewis and Sonniebo working at the mall. It's like,
man, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I'm at the mall and turn around, see what you turning down. Yeah. Really working though, but man, you got hella that shit. What's happening? Yeah. At work, man, don't get the job fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So I'm like, they didn't allow that at work.
Yeah, they like, hey, hold on.
Yeah, I'm getting fired and shit because I'm popping my collar and shit.
They like, hold on, this nigga, he got too much flavor in
doing too much.
They just want you to be in there chill the fuck.
Lou do too much at work.
Did your family embrace you taking this comedy route? You feel me? it's not a normal route. Most like you said, we didn't really see a lot of niggas doing that growing up. Was your family, your people on your close inner circle, was it like embracing like, yeah, do that shit, or was it like, I don't know?
Nah, people believed in me.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, I was fearful of telling people about what I was thinking about doing, because I didn't want nobody to. I feel like comedy was like my last little hope of being good. It was kind of like, I'm like, I didn't want anybody to shut down my dream, I would say, so I didn't tell nobody. And then I just started performing. Like I did an open mic and I performed it, and that's how my family and shit found out. Like they seen it, like they found out through Facebook type shit. Yeah. Like, you doing a show? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, and I'm like, yeah, and I told everybody in my family don't come.
Why?
Because I didn't want them to see me fail. Yeah. I failed at everything my whole life. I'm a great athlete, but never got grades. Yeah. So niggas,
what you play?
Basketball, football, all that shit. But I never played at no school because of my grades, my behavior. Yeah. So it's like I feel like I failed my family my whole life on some being a fool, being a class clown, fighting and all that shit. So it's like I didn't want to tell somebody like what I'm finna do, because niggas wasn't gonna take me serious. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I took the route of just doing it. And then once I found out like, ooh, I could do this shit, this my shit. Yeah. Then I was like, come. Yeah. And then when everybody came, they see me. And it was like, bruh, you really in your element. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really believe comedy saved my life.
Was there a moment that that it clicked in your head? Like, you on stage at the time, or you did like a crazy show? Like, how did you know?
I knew this shit was for me when I think, it's funny, I never told this story. Yeah. I discovered Sonnie Bo performance live because I made a nigga cry talking about Oakland niggas.
Damn.
I made a joke. I was somewhere in East Oakland. I don't even know. Hole in the wall. But I was telling a joke about why all niggas in the town sound like this. Right? So I'm like, right? And bruh in the audience, he front row. It's like 10 people there. Yeah. Bruh, it's a nigga with dreads crying. Yeah. Nigga dropped a tear. Yeah. I'm like 6-7 months in it. Yeah. So I seen a nigga drop a tear out of laughter. Yeah. And I'm really being myself. Yeah. You feel me? Like, it wasn't like I was trying. It was just like I was comfortable because I was like 6 months in. So I started being comfortable, talking and shit, telling jokes. Man, I seen that nigga drop a tear off of laughing. He's like, bro, you damn near the funniest nigga I ever seen. I'm like, damn, bro, that meant something. You know what I'm saying? So then I'm like, bro, I ain't stopping this shit. I don't give a fuck if 3 niggas come to my show, nigga. I'm performing.
Have you always felt you were funny?
Yeah. Yeah. But I was naturally funny my whole life, so I didn't know I was being funny. Yeah. You know, the hardest thing about being a comedian is I had to learn how to be funny. Yeah. I knew how to be funny on accident. Yeah. I used to be dead ass serious and people start laughing. I'd be like, what the fuck everybody laughing?
Do you ever, like, when you go out, do you ever feel like people would be like, on some, nigga, tell a joke type shit. Let's see you do some funny shit. Niggas see you and just start laughing. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. The few times I see you, I didn't just start laughing.
For real, yeah.
Like, that's the emotion that seeing usually gives. It's some funny shit. But like, I'm like, damn, nigga gotta stop laughing. They gonna think I'm thinking you're a joke or something.
That was another reason why I didn't want to do comedy. Yeah. I didn't want people to take me as a joke. Yeah. So like, people do that shit all the time, and I'm still working on it, but I understand because I gotta look at myself as how I would look at another comedian. Like if I wasn't a comedian and I just seen Kevin Hart out the blue, I fuck around and be like, yeah, that's Kevin Hart. Yeah. See what I'm saying? So like I'm learning like, oh, motherfuckers laugh because they think I'm funny. Yeah. They not looking at it as a joke.
Nah, for sure.
You feel me?
It's because niggas think you funny.
Yeah, like. But I don't like that shit.
I I ain't gonna lie. I for sure was like, hold on, let me not laugh every time I see this nigga. He gonna be like, nigga, what's so funny? Because I ain't even telling no joke or nothing.
Yeah.
Because I was working at the radio station. You started doing your show up there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I had first started seeing you.
Mm-hmm.
You was fucking with Marcus King.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. I got this funny story. I don't know if you remember this. I think this is 2019. We for some reason both had flew back into the Oakland airport at the same time. You walk past me. We walking out together. Next thing I know, there's a drug dog at my bag. Do you remember this?
Nah.
Me and you, we walked to the Oakland airport. It was a drug dog on my bag. And then I had to go back into the airport because the dog had said, they was like, what's in the bag? I was like, weed. What's up? And they were like, oh. They're like, okay, well, weed is okay. We just need to make sure it's just weed. And then he was like, bro, I'm gonna see you. It was like, I'm gonna see you tap in.
Yeah, you probably was hot. I'm like, let me get up out of here. This nigga hot.
I was like, oh fuck. I was so mad, bro. That shit was crazy. I was like, oh, that story had came into my head. Cause I remember I had to see you at the airport. We was like, yep, I'm finna go spend the Thanksgiving with my family. Like, sure, I'm finna do the same.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, I gotta go back inside because niggas tripping up. The dog literally I felt something knocking against my bag. I'm looking like, what the fuck? It's literally the police, bro.
What? Oh yeah, you was hot.
I was hot.
Yeah, I was wiggling for sure. I'm like, yeah.
I had a weed sponsor at the time, so I had like a little pre-rolls in my bag, but it wasn't like it wasn't hella weed, but whatever it was, it for sure fucked off the drug dog nose and had that nigga all at my bag and shit.
Yeah, that nigga had all type of shit in there. You hot.
Damn.
You was hot. I for sure kept it wiggling.
If you could pick yourself to be any animal in the world, what would it be and why?
Let me not say nothing typical. Damn, that's tough. An animal. Damn, I like Black Panthers.
That's a good animal for sure. Cause
it's like them niggas boys, and it ain't you just don't see them niggas all the time. Yeah. They the ones not talked about. They kind of like the underdog. Yeah. You forget about them until you see them. Like, oh, and you be like, oh, that nigga a boy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like this nigga tripping. And they look saucy too. So it's like they got this like saucy ass look to them. Yeah. And sleek. Yeah, and they call Black Panther. That's raw. Like nigga, nigga, if I was an animal, they call me a Black Panther. Nigga, don't call me no eagle or no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, that nigga sounds saucy.
Is there anything about your life you want to change or you would change or you keep it all the same?
Damn, that's a good ass question. I'm not gonna be typical and say I wouldn't change. Nah. If I feel like I would pay attention. No. I was gonna say I would probably take school more serious. Yeah. If I could go back. Yeah. But at the same time, it's some niggas that took school serious. Not some. It's a lot of these school niggas that did very good in school, and them niggas ain't shit. Yeah. Straight up. So I don't know. Cause I think me not paying attention in school and not taking school serious or all that shit made me take my adult life hella serious. Cause I'm like, when people was growing up taking school hella serious and I'm worried about fucking bitches and doing shit like that, it's kind of like now they own that. Like now they on going to the club trying to fuck bitches and
it's like you already did that.
Bruh, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to be good. I was bad as a kid. I'm good as an adult.
I just told somebody that yesterday. I was like, man, I'm trying to figure out what makes me happy and what's fun now. I said I had a fake ID at 16. Yeah. So I've been doing all that shit for hella long. It just don't hit the same. But I had just went to the Raiders game. I'm like, live sports is something that have always. I mean, I played college football and shit. Mm-hmm. So watching live sports is something that still brings me that joy. But I'm like, damn. You start realizing as you get older, the same shit that when you was 20 or 21 or 22. That shit don't hit the same when you 27. It's like the same to me.
Yeah, and I think I burnt myself out before I was 18.
For sure.
I burnt my shit out.
They always had little twerk parties.
I really grew up in a function area, nigga. So I went to all the Tooties and Booties and Project X's, all that shit. So it's like
Club Live,
and everything, nigga. I was in Antioch. I grew up in Antioch, going high school and all shit, nigga. Hella house parties, going crazy. So it's like, bro, I was burnt out by the time I turned 18. Like when I turned 18, I was hella focused on like what I'm gonna do in my real life, cause my whole fucking childhood was just a blur of me going to functions. It was like I really accomplished nothing, nigga. I didn't score a touchdown. I didn't get no A's. I just, nigga, I was at the function. I was on ass. I had sex a lot, but outside of that, I ain't do shit. It roast niggas.
Yeah. Hey, that's a Bay Area, like...
Niggas thought I was gonna be a failure, for real. All I did was roast niggas and fuck bitches. It's like, if you told me I was gonna be something, like, if I told motherfuckers I was gonna be something, they'd be like, you ain't finna be shit, Lewis.
That's crazy. It's hella funny, because, I was telling my best friend yesterday, I was like, bro, like, because... my cousin went to private school, right? And I was thinking about all the, like, successful niggas that he knew from going to that private school. I'm like, nigga, we went to public school. Nigga.
Yeah.
A lot of niggas we went to school with is dead.
Yes.
In jail, nigga on the streets doing whatever. Or I said, we don't know no niggas really working at no companies, bro.
No, that's a fact.
I said, that's crazy. I said, our whole high school, we was roasting niggas who run a private school.
Yeah.
You niggas is squares. You niggas is
I didn't even know a nigga in private school.
Come on.
I was looking at niggas in public schools as squares. I had independent study.
For real.
I was that bad. Bro, I went to Deer Valley for 1 year.
For real.
I went for freshman year. I don't know nobody younger than me because I didn't go to school with nobody younger than me.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm like this weird motherfucker. Like, it's hella hard for you to kind of know me because it's kind of like, nigga, I went to middle school, nigga, but nigga, I'm a whole different. Yeah, I'm the same nigga, roasting all the same shit. Yeah. But it's like, nigga, motherfuckers haven't seen me day to day since a kid, since I was like 12 or 13. Nigga, so after 14, nobody see me on a day to day basis. Yeah. I see you, nigga, you only see me on the weekend. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's crazy. I was like fried, nigga.
You was fucking around.
I was fried.
Do you have any advice for up and coming comedians? Anyone that wants to do what you do?
My advice is, keep doing what you're doing and keep creating content because that's how you get your name out there. That's how you bring awareness to your movement and you can monetize your shit and get some cheese now. But you got to touch that stage, man. You got to keep performing. We got to keep the stand-up comedy shit alive, man. We got to. So, you know, anybody in Northern California that's, you think you funny, you know you funny, if you even want to attempt to be like, fuck it, man, I can kind of relate to this nigga. I feel like I ain't shit, but I know how to roast niggas. Man, pull up to Rob Ben's every Friday. We in Emeryville, a.k.a. North Oakland. And we doing it. We say Emeryville so the white people can pull up.
Like, okay, that's cool.
It's cool. Yeah, it is. It's in Emeryville. It's in Emeryville. So pull up. And every Friday, you know, I be hosting. My boy Skinny Buff, he co-hosts. He the main host of the show and shit too. So, you know, we just building. I just want to make sure I just bring a comedy scene to Oakland. I just don't, you know, I didn't come up at Tommy T's and none of that shit. You feel me? I got banned from that shit when I was a young nigga. Yeah. Also, I'm still young, but I'm saying, nigga, I slid when I was like 19, 20, thinking I'm a rapper. Yeah. They like, nah, we don't fuck with niggas like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you famous, you can perform, but if you a nigga, nah, we ain't fucking with you can be a famous nigga. Yeah. But not just a nigga that's trying to make it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So to that. Yeah. So, you know, I just always feel like I feel like this is my time to give back. And I feel like I just want to give an opportunity to just people that, you know, can relate to my side of the bay. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, if you hella commercial, go everywhere, do your thing. But if you feel like, man, I feel more comfortable starting in front of niggas. Yeah. Pull up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to fuck with you. Yeah.
And I'll fuck with it. Y'all make sure to tap in. How can people reach out to you to perform? They just got to pull up?
Pull up. So all you got to do is follow Do Too Much ENT on social media or follow me, Lou Do Too Much on social media, and just hit me. But you don't even got to hit me. Just pull up 8 o'clock every Friday at Rob Ben's. And sign your name on the list, and you good. You get to practice. You get to perform.
Hell yeah.
So that's what we on.
Do you have any final words before you get out of here? Definitely dope interview on the way.
Oh, man. Last words is, man, I just appreciate everybody that been supporting me. You know, all the people that's just now discovering me, I appreciate that. And, you know, the people that's been rocking with me from day one, I fuck with that. I appreciate that. And, yeah, man, lost Oakland Raiders, man. You know, Sonnie Bo ain't dying, man. Sonnie Bo, I'm gonna keep Sonnie Bo alive forever, man. He the Raiders mascot. Yeah. He, you know what I'm saying? He one of the first niggas in the Bay with a funny hit single. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So he got a new record out called Go. Yeah. You know, Sonnie Bo put in Sonnie Bo Go Go Go. That's his new slap, and we mobbing, man. We just trying to put on for the section at this point, man.
Yeah. Hell yeah, Lewis Bell in the building. I appreciate you,
man. I appreciate you for having me, man.
On the way, for sure.
For sure.
You're locked in with the Innovators. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell.